And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the cap-off to the Gillette race weekend, the Gillette 400, the 14th race of the Snickers Cup Series, coming to you live from the Mecca of Motorsports, the 2.5-mile Superspeedway Daytona International Speedway. 4 Chevys are going to be at the front of this field here today. Philip Stiller on the pole. Stiller picking up his second pole of the season. His last one came at Darlington. Then we got Anthony Notter on the high side. Then in row 2, we've got Hendrick teammates in the form of Anthony McCurry and Jimmy Johnson. But we're going to go quickly to the point standings, take a look at who is where in the standings as far as the top 15, see who could fall out, who could clinch a spot in the chase today, and who could move their way in heading into next week's race at Loudon. So let's take and quickly go there now, and then we'll come back for the starting lineup. Okay, so here's a look at it. Noel Stiller is the leader, a mere 8 points over Angel D'Souza. The 2 Roush Fenway cars in 1 and 2 in the standings. Then 11 points back is Wyatt Johnston, Lisa Shears, and Doug Shears at 13 and 15 points back, respectively. Jordan Hester, 18 back. Then 20 back is Christian Janes, 25 back Vincent Marsh, 29 back Ben Stern and Daniel Schwab. Now, there's the red line. Cars that'll try and get in today, separated only by 2 points from the 10th place position, Anthony Notter. Separated only by 4 points is Patrick Scroggins. Separated only by 6 points is Arnold Columbia. Separated only by 11 points is James Bald. And separated only by 13 points is Anthony McCurry. These 5 drivers could certainly get into the top 10 here today with a good finish. Also, Christian Janes, Vincent Marsh, Ben Stern, Daniel Schwab, they are very likely, if they have a bad finish, to fall out of the top 10. So it's all going to come down to who's going to finish where in the Gillette 300. Let's get to the green flag. Alright, so we're going to get ready to show you the starting lineup for today's race. A few top stories here today, and we'll get to them in just a minute. Quickly, though, I want to apologize to both Brandon Gonzalez and Matthew Rodriguez. They both wanted special paint schemes for this race. Unfortunately for Brandon Gonzalez, he wanted the number 78 Modern Warfare 2 car. There is no such car. Secondly, Matthew Rodriguez wanted the number 33 Good Sam's car. I have been able to find that, but I have not yet uploaded it. So I will ensure the fact that you will race that number 33 Good Sam's Chevrolet at Loudon. That I promise. Alright, so here's the starting lineup for today's race. Philip Stiller and Anthony Notter, then Anthony McCurry and Martin Zakala. Angel D'Souza, who we were talking about, she comes in second in the standings. She's rolling off from the 5th position, and Matt Smith will roll off in 6th. Then it's Christian Janes. He comes in 7th in the standings. Then Noel Stiller, our points leader in the standings. Then it's Matt Berg and Doug Shears, who comes in 5th in the standings. Ben Stern, who comes in 9th in the standings. He's one of those drivers who, with a bad finish, could fall out of the top 10 here today. Jordan Hester there, he is 6th in the standings. And then we've got Patrick Scroggins, who, as I mentioned, is a big surprise, 12th in the standings with a chance to get into the top 10 here today. And Daniel Schwab, also on the bubble to fall out, he's 10th in the standings. Then we got Alex Ban and Andrew Gonzalez, Paola Gonzalez, and John Worry. Then Arnold Columbia, who comes in 13th in the standings. He could try getting into the top 10 here today. And to the high side, his teammate, John Dillon. Then it's Adam Rose and Daniel Voss, Alex Filter and Logan Wilson. Then Matthew Rodriguez and Timmy Pacioli, Brandon Gonzalez and Mark George. Jared Crocious making his first career Snickers Cup Series start. Had a lot of success over in the Coca-Cola Custom Car Series, the MFMPRA Series that the NNSCRA has, and he was put in this ride. Now, we're going to be watching him carefully throughout the day, because if he finishes a top 10 here today, it has been announced by Front Row Motorsports that Jared Crocious will drive the 38 for the rest of the season. He also, though, filling in for James Bald, has a chance to get the 38 up into the top 10 in the standings. 14th in the standings, the 38 entry right now here in this field. Then we got Robert Band to his high side, Adam Chambers and Lisa Shears, the furthest back of the chase contenders, I believe. She is 4th in the standings and starting all the way back here. Then we've got Vincent Marsh. Okay, he's another one. 8th in the standings. He's starting a long way back as well. Sean Galligan will roll off to his high side. Then it's Chad Skinner, Steve Marsh, Nick Eggleston, Connor Breton, then Kenny McCurry, Jake Cole, Noah Cars, and finally Wyatt Johnston. Alright, so we're getting set to put these cars Under the green flag, we still have a matter of 40 seconds or so before we will do that. We had a caution-filled race yesterday in the Mobile One Cup Series, and it seems like it's all females winning here at Daytona, so probably some drivers back there, maybe Angel D'Souza, Lisa Shears, may have a chance of going to victory lane here today if it's all in the cards and how this whole race weekend has played out. But we had Brittany Poe go to victory lane in the Truck Series, and then followed up with Angel D'Souza taking the win in the Mobile One Cup Series. So far, females have dominated Daytona as far as winning this weekend in the Gillette 300. The command to fire engines has been given, so we'll wait for these race cars to roll off. They'll hit turn 3, turn 4, and then the stripe, and we'll have 20 laps of exciting racing to cap off the Gillette race weekend here at Daytona International Speedway. Anthony Notter there on the high side of row 1. He is 11th in the standings. A good finish today. If Daniel Schwab or Ben Stern or even Vincent Marsh run into trouble, he could get into the top 10 and be a contender to be in the chase when we leave Loudon. Anthony McCurry there. He's the furthest back of the top 15, 15th in the standings. A win here today could capitalize him into the chase as well. Other drivers going to be trying to stay in the chase, or in the top 10, including Christian James there, 4th row inside line, and Vincent Marsh, as well as Ben Stern and Daniel Schwab. But here we go. 4 Chevys, then a Ford, then a Toyota, then a Chevy, and then our points leader, Noel Stiller, in a Ford. Green flag is in the air. We're underway in the Gillette 400. We're going to be keeping a very close eye on everybody here today. And we're also going to be keeping an eye, as we mentioned, on Jared Crocious. Angel D'Souza suddenly getting a little bit feisty here on the very first lap, coming to the inside there. And they're 4 wide. Matt Smith having to bail out of the throttle and go way up high as they continue to battle further back. Almost some contact there between Ben Stern and Patrick Scroggins. That was a little close. How would it be for Patrick Scroggins? Whoa, there goes Paolo Gonzalez spinning around a solo car spin. Arnold Columbia was also there. I think he was the one that turned her around. The caution is not out, though. Nobody was caught up in it. And here comes Ben Stern pushing the Matt Berg machine, trying to get up there to the front. Oh, and there's a wreck further back. I heard a wreck, and the caution is out. We'll wait to see who is involved as we watch this battle down to the line. Matt Berg is not going to be able to get to Philip Stiller, I don't think. Oh, wow. 3 wide for the lead, and it's Philip Stiller with the lead. Let's see who was involved. Any chase contenders? Well, Adam Chambers is caught up in it, so is Brandon Gonzalez, so is Matthew Rodriguez. There's Lisa Shears, she is caught up in it. And Jared Crocious, in his first start, he is involved as well. Noah Cars, Vincent Marsh is involved. Oh, Daniel Schwab, he's in that critical spot, remember. Angel D'Souza's there. Noah Cars, Timmy Pacioli. Oh my goodness gracious. Steve Marsh, I think, got a piece of it as well. Connor Breton may have. Angel D'Souza. D'Souza is second in the standings, caught up in it. Big wrecks occurring here on the very first lap. There's John Dillon. He's down on the apron. Looks like maybe a little bit of damage to the 27 car as well. And I believe everybody else is... Well, Matt Smith has some damages to his Aaron's Dream Machine. But, oh boy, Daniel Schwab. That's going to be hard for him. He's 10th in the standings right now, and he may fall out. Let's take and see why we are under the caution for the first time today. Well, the first wreck occurs here. Alex Filter's down on the apron trying to come back up. Chad Skinner's going through the grass, but the contact is made between... Well, does Skinner come back up the racetrack here? Yeah, he does. Oh, right up into Andrew Gonzalez and Brandon Gonzalez. Sorry. Sean Galligan. There's Filter and Pacioli getting together. Lisa Shears gets clipped by Matthew Rodriguez, and here further back, Brandon Gonzalez is caught up in there. Jared Crocious, nowhere to go. Noah Cars is caught up in it. Steve Marsh gets a piece of it as well. And then there was a wreck further up here, and let's see if we can find out how that started. As, let's see, further up here, any contact between these cars? No. Let's watch Daniel Schwab. Oh, Angel D'Souza got into the fence. And down she gets into Doug Shears. Shears gets a little bit of damage, not that much though. But Schwab goes around. And then Angel D'Souza comes back up the racetrack, gets Martin Zakala. Jordan Hester got a little bit of it as well. There's Daniel Schwab. Gets into Andrew Gonzalez. Matt Smith did indeed get some damage. Here comes John Dillon. He gets damage. And Logan Wilson, wow, he just barely makes it through. And I think there's going to be some other cars coming into the picture that are going to get caught up. Still with Daniel Schwab right here. Oh, Alex Filter, nowhere to go. Nick Eggleston drives his way through. Great job by him. Here comes Sean Galligan into the picture. Does he get through this? He's slowing down. No. Oh, wow, right into the back bumper of Andrew Gonzalez, same way Filter was with Daniel Schwab, and then we're going to see some others start coming into the picture here that I think aren't able to make it through. There's Timmy Pacioli coming into the picture. Does he get contact? Oh, Arnold Columbia hits him, and then that sends Andrew Gonzalez up into Pacioli. Columbia is involved, 13th in the standings. We see Jake Cole suddenly coming into the picture there. He's able to slow down, it looks like. Look at the damage right here to Vincent Marsh. Oh my goodness. Heavy contact for all these race cars. And it puts us under... Oh, Martin Zakala got another piece of it with... I believe that was... I don't know which car that was, but we got a big wreck occurring here. Let's see who of the chase contenders is out of this race or who's damaged as a result of the first wreck, bringing out the first caution of the day here in the Gillette 400. Well, things getting a little bit interesting here, and we haven't even reached halfway. Here are the cars out of the race. John Dillon, Angel D'Souza, second in the standings, is out. Alex Filter is out. Also, Arnold Columbia, 13th in the standings. He won't get in to the chase with this race. Andrew Gonzalez is out. Daniel Schwab, 10th in the standings. This will be a big chance for Anthony Nodder, Patrick Scroggins, Anthony McCurry to try and get into the chase, the top 10 anyway. Sean Galligan is out. Timmy Pacioli also is out. Also Connor Breton. Vincent Marsh, 8th in the standings. He could slide out of the top 10 here today. Noah Cars is out. Matthew Rodriguez, Brandon Gonzalez, Adam Chambers, as well as Chad Skinner and Kenny McCurry have all taken their race cars back to the garage area. Let's show you how they line up for the restart. Philip Stiller leads. Then it's Matt Berg second. Anthony Nodder runs in third. Fourth is Ben Stern, and fifth is Christian Janes. Noel Stiller, our points leader, he is in sixth. Patrick Scroggins may be able to get into the top 12, or in the top 10, as well as Anthony Nodder. He runs in seventh. Anthony McCurry could get into the top 10 here today. He's 8th. Jordan Hester 9th, and in 10th is Doug Shears. John Worry runs 11th. Adam Rose, he's up to 12th. Alex Band is 13th. Mark George is 14th. Daniel Voss is in 15th. Logan Wilson 16th. 17th Robert Band. 18th is Martin Zakala. 19th Nick Eggleston. And in 20th is Jake Cole. 21st is Wyatt Johnston. 22nd is Paolo Gonzalez. Matt Smith, he's missing his hood. He's still out there though in 23rd. 24th is Steve Marsh. 25th is Lisa Shears. And 26th position is Jared Crocious. Not surprised to see Crocious still out there, even though he was caught up in one of those wrecks, because he's trying to get that contract to be able to race the 38 car for the rest of the season. As Philip Stiller, our pole sitter, leads them down for the green flag. It's out. We're back underway on lap 6. Well, I wonder if these guys have learned their lesson, or if we're still going to have that racing like we had before. The field is somewhat smaller, as you may have guessed, and they are pretty spread out here on this restart, maybe giving each other a little bit of breathing room before they get back to racing, as Matt Berg is shoving the back bumper of the Philip Stiller machine. He may be thinking about putting a move here. Here comes Anthony Nodder. Here comes Christian Janes. Nodder and Janes now going to go down to the inside line. And here comes Patrick Scroggins. Scroggins had a top 10 last week, and he's just been putting together some great consistent finishes, and it's put him up in a position to possibly make the 2011 Snickers Cup Series chase. Nodder would love to get into the chase here today with a good finish, maybe even a win. He's trying to get the lead from Philip Stiller, still cannot do it. Also have a good chance for a first-time winner here today, because every single person that has won here in the Snickers Cup Series has been a first-time winner. We have not yet had a repeat winner in the Snickers Cup Series. How about points leader Noel Stiller there? He's helping Anthony McCurry. Oh! Patrick Scroggins and Matt Berg nearly got together there, but they settled it out. Here comes McCurry, a full head of steam. He bails out, though, moves up the racetrack, and Noel Stiller's going to come down. And I think I heard a wreck, but No, I guess I didn't. I thought I did, but there is no caution. Maybe someone scraped the wall, I don't know. Oh! Whoa, look out! Oh! Mark George Rex! Anthony McCurry, Anthony Nutter are involved. And the caution will probably waive. No, they saved it. I can't believe they saved it. Nutter and all of them saved it. Nutter, McCurry, George, I saw them all side. Oh, now the caution's out. Let's see who it's for. Oh, looks like Logan Wilson. Oh, Robert Band is involved. There's Ben Stern. Stern comes in 9th in the standings. Wyatt Johnston also gets a piece of it. Jordan Hester looks like he was involved. He's 6th in the standings. Matt Berg, his teammates, involved. Oh, there's Paola Gonzalez right in the back bumper of Patrick Scroggins. Scroggins may have some damage. He's coming down. He's on the apron, but I don't know if there is damage to the Scroggins machine or not. Adam Rose looks like he may have some damage. And we are under the caution flag once again. And did my eyes deceive me, or did I see Jared Crocious cross the line there? Yeah, he's in the 11th position crossing the line. But it's Noel Stiller, our points leader, out in front here today. As we reach halfway, let's see what we're under the caution flag for. Okay, we're going back to where I saw Mark George get out of shape. I thought I said that they saved it. Well, they didn't. There you see Alex Band, Notter, Matt Berg, they all get involved. Christian James comes down. Oh, sorry about that. Hold on. Just a minute. There we go. Sorry about that. My apologies. Okay, so Christian James came down. He got Logan Wilson. Wilson then is going through the grass area, trying to keep his foot in the throttle. Look at him almost into a slide there. But he's able to straighten the race car out. Great move there by Logan Wilson, being able to make sure that car didn't spin out. But I do think the problem is he comes back up the racetrack, because I know Ben Stern was involved, that 2 car right there. Let's see if he gets involved in some way. Or maybe, no, Adam Rose gets into him. Yeah, he does. And Logan Wilson comes up, makes contact with Robert Band, Matt Berg, Jordan Hester there. Wyatt Johnston there, Paola Gonzalez. Steve Marsh is able to get by, though. And Patrick Scroggins ended up hitting the wall up in turn 1. And I believe he's taken his car back to the garage area, so a tough break for the 7 car and the 7 team. They were 12th in the standings, almost had a chance to get into the chase. They may, however, finish pretty well, even though they're out of the race, to be able to get into the chase, maybe with a good run at Loudon. We'll find out. But we'll see who's been taking their car back to the garage area and who has decided to forge on here in the Gillette 400. While the 2 cars that retired are Adam Rose and Patrick Scroggins, they were actually the both that got caught up in the wreck in turn 2 that we didn't show you. They both went up hard into the outside retaining wall and have retired from the race. Here's the way they line up. Noel Stiller, John Worry, Philip Stiller is in 3rd. Then it's Daniel Voss and Mark George, the top 5. Jake Cole runs in the 6th position. 7th is Doug Shears. In 8th position is Lisa Shears. 9th is Jared Crocious. How about this guy? Steve Marsh, he's up to 10th. In 11th position is Martin Zakala. In 12th position, Paola Gonzalez. Then it's Nick Eggleston, 13th. Christian James in 14th. Matt Berg in 15th. In 16th position is Jordan Hester. 17th is Matt Smith. 18th position is Logan Wilson. 19th is Wyatt Johnston. 20th is Ben Stern. His teammate, Robert Band, lines up at 21st. Anthony McCurry has made repairs, returned to the racetrack. He wants to get into that top 10 today. He's 22nd. Alex Band, 23rd and 24th, also trying to get into the chase today. He is in 24th position, Anthony Nutter. Now remember, Nutter wants to get into the chase, so does Crocious, so does McCurry. They have a chance because Vincent Marsh has gone back to the garage area, so has Daniel Schwab, and Ben Stern has had his problems. So that's 8, 9, and 10 positions that are possibly open if someone's able to capitalize. As the green flag is back out on lap number 13, Noel Stiller, our points leader, out in front here today. How would it be for him to be able to get a win and pick up the pace even more as far as leading the field in the points? There's Daniel Voss and Jake Cole, 2 go-or-go-homers. They're working together. Will they put a move on Philip Stiller? They're looking. Oh, they make some contact. Voss will probably come back up the racetrack. Will he be making contact with anyone when he does? Where is Voss? There he is. Oh, Doug Shears and Lisa Shears almost getting together as well. Christian Janes and Nick Eggleston nearly got together. And they all settled it out. Great drive in there as John Worry now takes a peek to the inside of Philip Stiller. That's for the lead. Worry, he has been to victory lane. He went there at Darlington. Whoa, almost some contact again between Doug Shears and Lisa Shears. Brother and sister trying to get something going, but it's not seeming to work out. Almost wrecking each other. Here's Jake Cole trying to help John Worry take the lead, pushing him to the front, and he will do so. Oh, Mark George and Nick Eggleston get together, and they bounce off each other, and they saved it again. Mark George bounced off Christian Janes, saved it, and oh my, look at Paola Gonzalez. She's actually on the apron beneath the yellow line. Jared Crocious is there. Logan Wilson is there. What is up with this? Oh, Hester almost gets out of shape, and he saved it. What is up with these guys? And here's a good three-wide battle. Holy cow, are things breaking loose here. Daniel Voss going to try and go to the lead. Drafting help from Ford of Noel Stiller. Meanwhile, up high, it's Jake Cole and Philip Stiller. John Worry hangs there to see what line's going to open up. It's the Fords down low, going to prevail. Daniel Voss and Noel Stiller to the front. But now Noel Stiller takes a peek to the inside. I don't believe it. We had in about one lap 5 saves. Unbelievable. Oh, and the caution is out this time. Let's see who it involves. Well, there's Alex Band. Nick Eggleston is slow. Ben Stern is slow. Steve Marsh is slow. It may be just a fact that, well, I think they were involved. Matt Smith, Matt Berg, he's damaged. Jordan Hester is involved. Paola Gonzalez may have been involved as well. I think the big one who took the biggest hit may have been Nick Eggleston, as it looks like Daniel Voss is our leader under the caution flag. Well, this time they tried to save it and just couldn't. Hester turns Steve Marsh. Up into Nick Eggleston they go. Marsh actually gets airborne there for a moment. Look at everybody being able to make their way down there, down low, but Ben Stern, I believe, gets a piece of it right there. Yep, he's involved. Matt Berg makes contact with Steve Marsh. And Paola Gonzalez, I believe, was also caught up in it. Yep. Jordan Hester gets another piece of it there. Look at Steve Marsh sliding down in front of everybody. Look out. Little close call there. Anthony Notter was able to make it through there. That's going to keep his chances to get in the top 10 alive. But Nick Eggleston, the biggest loser, pretty much, you might say, here on this exchange. Here in the Gillette 400 at Daytona. Well, Nick Eggleston has taken his race car back to the garage area. It's going to be a one-lap shootout to decide this race. Here's the way they line up. Daniel Voss is the leader. In second is Jake Cole. Noel Stiller lines up in third. Ford holds the front 3 spots. Then it's John Worry and Philip Stiller in fourth and fifth. Sixth is Christian Janes. Doug Shears is seventh. Logan Wilson is in eighth. Ninth position is Martin Zakala, and Jared Crocious, he's in a spot where he could pick up that contract. He is in 10th. Lisa Shears runs 11th. Mark George is in 12th. 13th is Robert Band. 14th is Wyatt Johnston. Anthony McCurry is 15th. Anthony Notter, he's there in the 16th position. Steve Marsh is 17th. 18th is Ben Stern. 19th, Matt Smith. Jordan Hester runs in 20th. 21st, Matt Berg. 22nd, Paola Gonzalez. And 23rd is Alex Band. Those are the only cars on the racetrack. And how about Jared Crocious? He is chasing a contract to finish up this season, and he's doing a phenomenal job. He was caught up in the first wreck. He's been able to move his way up, and he is currently in the 10th position. If he stayed right there during this final lap, he would pick up the contract for Front Row Motorsports to drive the 38 for the rest of the season. Showing some muscle here at Daytona, showing just exactly how good he is here at Daytona. His teammate, though, Daniel Voss, for Front Row Motorsports, is out in front. Daniel Voss is a go-or-go-homer. So is the car behind him, Jake Cole. How would it be for either of these drivers to pick up a win here today at Daytona? How would it be for Noel Stiller, the points leader, to pick up a win here today? His first in the Snickers Cup Series. And how would it be for John Worry to become a repeat winner, the first one ever in the Snickers Cup Series? All these questions will be answered in a matter of 4 corners, 2.5 miles. Voss, Cole, Stiller, Then it's Worry and Stiller to get us underway. Green flag is out. The 1-lap shootout. Green flag and white flag displayed there. Jake Cole suddenly dives down to the bottom. He's thinking about the win. He's going to try and get the inside line. Jake Cole has got the inside advantage, and he's going to try and go to the lead. John Worry is there as well on that inside line. Christian James, they're all going to start to close up here on the backstretch. Can Jake Cole hold him off for 2 turns? Here comes John Worry taking a peek. Can he get a run on that inside line? The answer to that question may be yes, but I think it's going to be no, because Jake Cole might try and put the slide move to put the block. He does indeed. It's Jake Cole, John Worry, Christian James. I believe those are the 3 that are going to decide it. Will John Worry put a move here in turn 4? Will he put a move? He's going to maybe look. He does not put a move yet. No, he cannot. Jake Cole, folks, a go or go homer, wins here today at Daytona. How about Jake Cole, and where does Jared Crocius finish? Let's find out. Does Crocius finish in the top 10? He finishes in the 12th position. Crocius is going to finish in 12th. Now, I don't know. We'll wait for the official word from Front Row Motorsports. I don't know if that's enough to get him the ride full time. It may be that the reins will be turned over to James Bald next week at Loudon. We will find out. But nonetheless, Jake Cole, folks, is your winner here today. What a run for the 43 team. A go or go homer gets it done here today at Daytona. Unbelievable. Another first-time winner in the Snickers Cup Series. Let's take a look at the finishing order. Alright, so here you take a look at the finishing order for today's race. Jake Cole with the win. John Worry will finish in 2nd. Daniel Voss in 3rd. Christian James, Mr. Consistency, another great finish in the 4th position. He's 7th in the standings. He may have clinched a spot with that 4th place finish. Then it's Philip Stiller in 5th. Logan Wilson finishes in the 6th position. Remember, he went to Daytona Victory Lane in the first race we had here at Daytona. Doug Shears, he may have clinched himself his spot in the chase as well. He was 5th in the standings coming in. He finishes in 8th. Martin Zakala in 9th. And Lisa Shears may have also clinched her way in with a 10th place finish. Robert Bann, after spinning out, he finishes in the 11th spot. Jared Crocius, we mentioned, he finished in 12th. Anthony McCurry in 13th. He's 15th in the standings. He may have a chance to be up there, possibly to get into the chase either this week or next week at Loudon. Mark George, a great top 15 finish in 14th, and Wyatt Johnston finishes in 15th. I believe Anthony Nodder has made it into the top 10 right now with his 16th place finish, so he would be in the top 10. Be interesting to see if he can stay in the top 10 when we finish Loudon. Ben Stern, he finishes in the 17th position. I think that's enough to stay in the top 10. A good solid run for a guy who was having quite a bit of trouble early on in this race. He's going to finish in 17th. Paolo Gonzalez in 18th, 19th, Steve Marsh, and Matt Smith in 20th. Jordan Hester finishes in 21st. Matt Berg, his teammate, in 22nd. Alex Bann in 23rd. Cars out of the race included Nick Eggleston, Adam Rose, Patrick Scroggins. All is not lost. Scroggins finishes in 26th. He may be able to get into the chase at Loudon. It is possible. John Dillon in 27th. Angel D'Souza, 2nd in the standings. She finishes in the 28th position. That's not so good for 2nd in the standings, Angel D'Souza. Filter in 29th. Columbia in 30th. Columbia came in 13th in the standings. I think that pretty much iced over his chance for getting into the top 10, but we'll find out next week. Andrew Gonzalez in 31st, Daniel Schwab in 32nd. He most definitely has fallen out of the top 10 in the standings. Sean Galligan 33rd, Timmy Pacioli in 34th, Connor Breton in 35th, Vincent Marsh. I don't know if he's fallen out or not. It is quite possible, though, with that 36th place finish. Noah Cars in 37th, Matthew Rodriguez in 38th, Brandon Gonzalez 39th, Adam Chambers in 40th, Chad Skinner in 41st, and Kenny McCurry finishes in 42nd. So congratulations to Jake Cole. A go or go homer gets it done here today at Daytona. He goes to victory lane for the first time in the Snickers Cup Series. Hope you enjoyed today's race. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and hope you enjoyed today's race. Tune in next time when all these cars head over to Loudon, New Hampshire for the really exciting cap-off to the regular season, and then the chase begins. Tune in to see who's going to make the chase for all three series, the Trucks, the Mobile One Cup Series, and the Snickers Cup Series. It's all coming your way soon, courtesy of the NNSCRA Sports Channel, now merged with the NCG MRS.